So, hey there! Today we are going to compare two watercolor colored pencils, or two brands. The first one is this here. I got it from Artify, and these are 48 different colors. And the second brand we are looking at is Faber-Castell, and I have the set with 36 different colors. I think we are swatching them first, and then I will do a bigger coloring demonstration. But first have a look inside these boxes. So basically this set I've almost forgotten about. I got this about 2 years ago and I just realized, oh, I have these watercolor colored pencils. I haven't really used it except these two. Because I couldn't find my normal colored pencils, and so I have to grab my watercolor colored pencils. So yeah, that's the sad story of my Faber-Castell watercolor colored pencils. And the second one I got recently from Artify, and this set comes with a nice challenge coloring the lizard. It's pretty nice. We also got a thank you card. I think it's pretty nice that they also included a paintbrush, because the cool thing about watercolor colored pencils is that you can activate them so that you have a real cool watercolor effect. And we also do have two pencil sharpeners included. I don't see really the point why we need two pencil sharpeners, but we won't complain here. So we are doing the swatches first, and then I will run some other tests. Let's go! Oops, just broke the silver tone. Let's see what we can do with our pencil sharpener here. Normally I would take the electric pencil sharpener, but as this thing here is included, let's see. Oh, no. This broke again. Take this here. So I won't do the lead as sharp as possible. I just hope that it won't break again. It didn't break completely, but some parts of the leads. So now let's do the fun part. Let's add some water. So I'm done now with the Artify swatching. So what I've noticed is that some colors look quite similar, e.g. these two blue tones, or these two green tones, or these two purple tones, and these two gray tones. So I really had to look twice if I didn't grab the same pencil accidentally twice, but this wasn't the case. And I've also noticed that it wasn't that easy to activate some of the colors, e.g. the gold one here. So I'm very excited about the ones by Faber-Castell and see how they work. And I guess let's do that first, and then we can compare them. Okay, I am done now, and honestly the result was quite unexpected. So I didn't know that there could be so much difference between these two brands. So as you can see, with Artify I got so many problems activating the colors. So you can see this here, that this isn't activated evenly, but on the other hand the Faber-Castell side on the same paper with the same brush, it was so much easier to get the colors activated. This is a huge difference. So I'm really curious if my problems with activating the colors is just an issue of the paper, and that's why I decided to test the colors on different kinds of paper and to compare them. At first we are doing the cold pressed paper test, then hot press, and then mixed media. I will do this test with 2 dark blues, and yeah, let's just see how it works. Now to the interesting part, the blending. And we are starting with the cold pressed paper. So I think this was pretty clear. The watercolor colored pencil by Faber-Castell was activated so much easier, and also the color looks way more vibrantly. So I think this point goes to Faber-Castell for the cold press paper. Next, the hot press. So as you can see, the color by Faber-Castell activates way more evenly, so that I don't have the streaks here. So yeah, I personally really like the result by Faber-Castell more. Again. And the last one, mixed media paper. Don't know if you can see it on screen, but with Artify I have really problems with the pigments. So I feel like that many pigments are pushed away when I use the paintbrush, so that I have a concentration of many pigments in some areas, and on other areas there aren't that many pigments, whereas with Faber-Castell it blends really smoothly and evenly, so there are pigments everywhere and I don't have a muddy and streaky result. This was the case with all the other paper types. And yeah, so I think Faber-Castell did so much better in this test. After all these preparations, it's now time to test our art supplies in a coloring demonstration. At first I'm using the pencils by Artify, and in a minute I will switch to the ones by Faber-Castell. I haven't really used watercolor pencils for a while, and even before that I had an idea about techniques. So please don't mind my freestyle technique here. I decided to lay down my colors first, then blend them in with water, and later I will add another layer on top, after the first one dried. If I just had the pencils by Artify, I would just think that watercolor pencils simply aren't easy to activate. And this drawing that I did here looks okay in the end. It wasn't that easy to blend, but all in all I like the vibrancy of the colors. These pencils here you can get for 27 euros. Faber-Castell comes with less watercolor pencils and costs 10 euros more. So one pencil from Artify cost 56 cents and one by Faber-Castell 1 euro, so almost double of the price. This is definitely something you need to keep in mind when you watch this video here. So generally I enjoyed doing the drawing with the Artify pencils, even with the limitations. Then I started drawing with the Faber-Castell ones, and I changed a little bit my technique because the colors were so easily activated that the colors floated into each other. This isn't that bad when the right colors blend into each other. You just need to be careful that your new color combination doesn't get muddy and grayish. That's why I paid a bit more attention when I added the pigments on the paper. Just if you're wondering, I am drawing in my mixed media sketchbook, and I used another sheet of the same sketchbook to do this second drawing here. I just transferred it with the light box, but as you can see, I was a bit too lazy to do the line work as detailed as I did in my original drawing. The original was the first one I colored with Artify. And there are two main things I've noticed. So the one thing is that I find the colors by Faber-Castell a bit more vibrantly, especially the yellow tone. And the second thing is that it was so much easier to blend the colors. When you look very closely, you can still see the lines I did with my colored pencils. So it was really hard for me to blend this in when I used the Artify markers, whereas with Faber-Castell it was way easier to blend and get a nice watercolor effect here without streaks. So in my opinion, the ones by Faber-Castell are much easier to handle and to work with. And this is how messy my desk looks after recording such a video. I will now clean that up, and thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next video.